radioonfire.com/Vistaprint for $20 off today. RadioOnFire.com. This is the RTV show, RTV Radio Show. But of course, Angie's not here, and I'm going to hold it down because we have some special guests in the building. Please, fellas, introduce yourselves.
Good evening, Antonio Brown Jr., co-president of It Takes One.
And I'm Anthony Waters, co-founder and president of It Takes One, Inc.
Okay, so I like that name. It's catchy. It's catchy.
I mean, there's a meaning behind the name also. It's not just, something we thought to put on a t-shirt or something like that. Yeah, one of the main premises that we kind of always fall back to, It Takes One, is the old African proverb. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, we go together. But we also make this kind of tell people that it only takes that one person to kind of make that difference in their community. It only takes that one person to kind of step up and decide to be that change they want to see, to kind of make that difference and they can in their own community. So we try to encourage everybody that we can, that like we're not special guys. We don't have that special sauce they had in the middle of Space Jams. Like we're just regular guys from Baltimore decided to make a change with our team, and that's what we're doing.
And on top of that, it's like the bigger picture is It Takes One also mean that it takes all of us together as one collective community. So, individually we want to empower you, right? But also we want to empower us as a collective and encourage us to come together and kind of collaborate to bring about whatever positive change we want to see in the community.
That is wonderful. So you said that y'all are from Baltimore.
Born and raised East Baltimore.
So yes, I want to go back kind of to the beginning. So where are you from? You said you're from East Side. You from East Side as well?
I'm from East Side as well.
So growing up, we're out in sports, music, the streets. Like what was coming up like?
Only reason why we're friends is football.
Yeah.
No, so Anthony and I actually met at Dunbar, playing football together on the team all 4 years. Developed a really close bond. I love old phrases. Common struggle build common bonds. Mm-hmm. So when we got there in the field together, playing together, crying together, winning together, it kind of builds that natural relationship, with you. And plus, Anthony and I were both student athletes, so excelling in the classroom and on the field was something that was kind of paramount to us growing up. And we kind of took that, and we always try to put that in the children, whoever wins that scholarship, or even students that apply that we feel like we can still help. We try to pass that back on to them also.
So it seems like y'all are very involved alumni.
Absolutely, you have to be. Like, you have to lift as you climb. You can't just be one of those people that when you make it through the door, when you kind of find your way, you're closing that door behind you. You got to be that kind of person that when I make it through this door, when I kind of make it through that struggle or that phase of struggle I was going through, I'm holding the door open for the next generation to kind of come in behind me. I'm not just like, I made it, forget it, you figure it out. Or a lot of people that we kind of run into have this mindset often of, go to school, get a good job, get education, and get out of Baltimore. Get out of here immediately.
A lot of people have that.
I hate when I hear people say that, because it's like, there are people here who stuck around that were able to help you in your life. There are people here that made a commitment to being in the city to helping youth like yourself that never asked for a dime, never asked for anything back. I feel like it's kind of the natural, they have the big payback. That's the big payback that we all have to give. It's kind of helping and reach back and helping the youth kind of get to where we are today, or get to where we're trying to get to at least.
And I think it kind of speaks to the legacy of the school you went to. You went to like the Dunbar High School. You feel what I'm saying? And I know a lot of the teachers that we had were there had been there since the 80s, and we graduated in 2009. And everybody talks about the legacy of the sports teams, but when I think about Dunbar, I always remember family. And I always remember that being somewhere, and it was a space that wasn't necessarily like a lot of the other spaces that you see in Baltimore City public schools. There was always somebody you could talk to, lean on, that could help you through your processes. And I think that's what kind of ignited the fire in us to say that, it's our responsibility too to try to lend that helping hand and give back when we had the opportunity to. Everybody don't get the chance to go to college and then get a lot of your education paid for on top of that. And so, right, and so like having to learn that process ourselves, being first generation college students, it's like everybody shouldn't have to go through that. Hope say, I did that, so you wouldn't have to go through that. So like now that we have that experience, like we want to be able to say, okay, this is how you do it. This is the steps you should follow, and maybe it'll be a little bit easier for them. So maybe they can be a little bit more successful than we were, and we can kind of start to break some of these generational cycles that we see in the city.
That's really good. I remember being in school and me seeing alumni, around the school or doing things, and I would always be amazed because I would say, "Wow, they out of school. Like, what would they want to come? Why would they want to come back here and help us or do anything?" And what kind of reaction do you get from students that that you interact with that are students now?
It's kind of like that. Wow, like that same thing that you're talking about. Like, wow, like you don't go here, you graduated, you're not on payroll, like, but yet and still you want to come back and help. You want to come back and make sure we get away. And even when Anthony and I were in school, senior, junior year, you had those students who had recently graduated coming back to kind of tell you, like, hey, this is what it's like at the next level. This is what you prepare yourself for. There's things you need to do to kind of get yourself together. And we had that same feeling that you had. So I know what you're talking about in terms of, like, you really love this school. Like, you came back, you don't know me, like, you're not, I'm not paying you, nobody's paying you, you're not a paid spokesperson at Dunbar, but you still have that love that you got here that made you say, you know what, I want to come back and make sure that the kids who come after me have what I had or have more than what I had, kind of have that advice to make it to that next level and succeed at that next level as well. Not just getting there, but excelling while you're there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So as far as starting the organization, how did it come about?
A conversation.
Yeah.
So another one of our good friends, Anthony, he started Mental Notes. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but definitely take a chance to look it up. Dope organization. They do a lot of good work in the city. But we actually met again one of those meetups that they had, because him and I went to Morgan, he went to Howard. So as good as friends as we were, we had to instantly become rivals. But I won more than I lost against him, so the love remained the same. Like, but meeting back up at one of those events after graduation and kind of both having that same sentiment of like, okay, now we got it. Like, how do we get back? I made it through here. I graduated. I'm starting to work in my field, but I feel like there's more that I can be doing. I feel like just getting it myself is not good enough. Like, you're still trying to fill that hole of like, how do I help someone else? Like, I know there are other people who didn't make it to where I'm going, and kind of sitting back and talking like, we can help kids get to where we were, and that's how we came to the decision of making it a scholarship. And I think to this day we're giving away, is it 6 or 7 gift scholarships?
I think it's 6.
Yeah, I think it's 6 in our
Since 2016.
Yeah, since 2016 we're giving away 6 so far, from students at Dunbar and Douglas High School also. So we try to capture East and West Baltimore. But that conversation right there, it kind of sparked something in both of us to be like, let's not just talk about it. Let's not just do what a lot of people do and sit around and say, oh, I want to help, I want to give back, I want to do this, I want to do that. Let's actually put our feet to the ground. Let's make it happen. And something else we had to realize when we were talking to other people, a lot of people think you have to have $1,000,001 before you can give anything back. They think that you need this grand stature. They think that you need to just be the man before anybody will receive anything you're saying. And it's not like that. Whether you have $1 or you have an hour to give, both are much appreciated. Both are much appreciated, either from the organizational level or from the children who are receiving the blessings. That time is much appreciated more than anything sometimes. But we realize that we can be a conduit for the city to kind of help give back in the manner that they want. And that's why everything we do, we try to keep it as black owned as possible. We try to make sure that we're feeding back into the community who's helped take care of us as well. And that's why even this event that we have coming up Saturday on the 25th at the Marriott downtown, it's a black owned Marriott.
Yes,
a lot of people, yeah, right there by Hopkins. And I know you from Baltimore your whole life, so you know how that whole strip used to look, before they put the Marriott down there. So it's actually good, even though they're gentrifying it, it's still good to see like our people actually owning that space down there and being in that space and, making their mark in that space and not just completely getting pushed out like you see in some other communities.
Yeah. And then I also, so like, back to your question about, how do we get started? I always try to tell people a little bit about the process and what that looks like too. So like, it was a matter of, like Tony said, we had a conversation and it started there, and then the conversation grew, and then we, having a conversation with our other co-founder, Rashad Staten, who's also very involved in the community, and was doing a lot of work before the nonprofit was even a thing, and then figuring out what the structure looked like, going to a nonprofit meeting, and going to a nonprofit meetings at the Pro Bono Law Center by Johns Hopkins University, and having them sit down and go through the process with us, learning what all of the laws and procedures we needed to have, 501c3 structure, and how do you apply for those types of things. Like, so it took a lot of like learning the business too. So like it was a process. Like we didn't just jump out and become an organization that hosts these events every year and give all these scholarships. We had to sit down and learn for a little bit.
And we're still learning also.
And
I don't want to think like we got it all figured out 100%.
No,
we
yeah,
don't make
for
any
sure.
mistakes. Like
You're always learning. You're
Yeah,
always
and-
learning, and that's really good. I'm just so proud of you guys and what you're doing, and it's really good that other people get to see. We just don't hear stories like this enough. You know what I mean? It's always the other side, and we need to hear the other side, but we get the overload on the other side, and not enough good stories like this. Because when people hear these kind of stories, when guys see that, then they can
That's all
see,
they think.
I can be like them. That's not my only option, is to be the negative stuff.
right.
Um,
And that was another. I'm sorry, just want
No,
to add
sorry.
this point in there. That's another aspect of what we were thinking behind it as well. Because a lot of times people just get it stuck in their mind that like we need the government to come in and fix this. We need someone to come in and fix this. We need to when they're going to help us. When they're going to do this for us. When they're going to do this. When. We can do it ourselves, and we're proof of that. We're proof that if we all come together collectively, if we all have the same ideals, if we all have the same mission, we can come together and make that happen ourselves. We can come together and support each other. We can come together and help each other achieve their dreams, because when one of us comes up, it's like we're all succeeding at the same time.
Right.
We have to have that family, collective, community mindset, and not the individualistic mindset about,
Right.
oh, I'm just going to get mine. Once we all start thinking together, we all start growing together.
All right. So how do you decide who gets scholarships?
Whoever buys us lunch. Joking. So a big part, and like some of the common things that we keep preaching, we try to make sure that whatever scholarship winner gets that, they embody some of those same principles. So one of the big questions that we asked them in our essay is, whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to go forth and major in, whether it's art, fashion design, engineering, pre-med, business, accounting, the list goes on, how is that going to help you come back and be a part of your community? How is whatever you're majoring in going to help you come back and make Baltimore a better place? What is you majoring in engineering going to be able to help you do better for the city? How is that going to help you grow your people? Like I said, whether it's nursing, teaching, whatever it is, we don't care what your major is. I just want to know how you're having a community mindset behind that. How you're going to pay that forward.
That's
That's
a
all
great.
right.
That's
We
a
want
great-
you to be the one. It takes
Oh,
one.
and the 3.0 also, yeah.
Yeah.
But that essay is a really strong component of, we get a chance to see who exactly this person is, what exactly their plans are, and how they're going to embody what It Takes One is all about, helping to bring the community up.
So you have an event coming up,
Yes.
Absolutely, we
and
do.
that's this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So on the event side, on one end we do the scholarships and we help the students with their matriculation as they go through college. We build an internship at Morgan State University, and we try to help those students to help us out too. But on the other side, it's about bringing the community together. So all of the money that we ever raised from It Takes One is all grassroots. We have never received a big grant. All of the money that we've given away in scholarships and all of the money that we use to continue to put our events together have all been given to us by community members, just like me and you, who just wanted to pay it forward, believed in what we were doing. And so what we do is try to create spaces where we can all come together and collaboratively, put forth towards a cause, but also at the same time have a good time, right? And so like we like to party, we like to do a bunch of different things, but why not structure that in a way that us partying or having a good time, also can help our community grow. So we started to do an event a couple of years ago called $1 in a Dream, where it's our main scholarship fundraiser. We try to use black-owned venues. So far, we've only been in black-owned venues. We try to use black vendors. So we get vendors, young entrepreneurs, sometimes older entrepreneurs, but we try to get people that look like us who are starting small businesses, who want to see their businesses grow as well. One of the staples of a strong, sustainable community is the merchant class and the small business. So we want to help them succeed as well. So they come in, and then we get a DJ, we have some music, and we'll provide a different atmosphere every time. So this time we're going to be like Tony mentioned earlier at the Residence Inn by Marriott, by Johns Hopkins Hospital, at the overlook on the patio, brand new patio situation. We're going to have food. It's $20 tickets. You still get food. It's a cash bar.
85 degrees that day, so
It's
all
nice
the
and
sundresses, bring them all out, ladies, everybody.
It's
look really nice. It's going to be an upscale, classy, nice looking event.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Bring out your heels, bring out your cutest outfits, get your portrait mode ready. These are amazing. It's perfect for that Memorial Day weekend. So if you're not going nowhere this year, it's a perfect time to come and enjoy yourself. And guess what? You enjoying yourself this time helps send a student from Baltimore City to college.
Yeah.
They don't really get no better than that.
What other happy hour you go to puts another kid in college?
Right.
What other drink you gonna buy is going directly towards a scholarship fund? And another thing I wanted to also continue what Anthony was talking about, like the black-owned aspect of it. Like we found a black-owned winery in Maryland, and we found it. We were like extremely. I see your face turning up, like you didn't know about it either. Like
yeah, shout out to Black Crystal Wine.
Yeah, shout out to Black Crystal Wine. They definitely held us down at one of our event last year as well. We sold some of their bottles. People loved them. Black Crystal Wine. Check them out as soon as you can. We also found out that Chick-fil-A on Pratt Street, that's also black-owned. We've also
I did know that.
and we had Chick-fil-A on Sunday 2 years in a row. Who else does that? But it takes one. So we had that, and it's black on Chick-fil-A, and like Anthony said, every venue that we
Y'all got a lot
gone
of press off. Y'all got some press off for that.
to, not enough as other people didn't know about us.
No, I'm talking about the Chick-fil-A being open on a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that.
Don't nobody get Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
What I mean, we working it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything we try to do. So do not fear. Like all your dollars are going to the right place and going to the right people. We're going to make sure they're utilized in the best way possible.
Yeah, I've never made a dime off It Takes One to actually spend more money, trying to get the organization where we wanted to be. But it's all for a greater cause, and I think it's done enough for our platforms where we don't need to be paid. You know what I'm saying? The blessings come back. The universe gonna reward you for your work. So, the events have been amazing, and this is gonna be the biggest and best one yet. So Saturday, May 25th, 3 to 7 p.m. Come out. You can get your ticket at $1andadream3.eventbrite.com, or just go to ittakestheword1inc.com. Either way, click the ticket link, buy a ticket. Even if you can't make it, you're away. You're going on a trip this weekend. Buy a ticket anyway. Just show love, support. It's definitely going to a good cause. We want to be able to scale and grow. We want to be able to give more than one scholarship. We want to be able to give, instead of $1,000 scholarships, we want to be able to give $5,000 scholarships. We want to grow our internship program. We want to give them resources so that they can, build a better website platform for us, and our college students can be more engaged. We can get them cameras and all of those types of things too. So there's a lot of things we would like to do with the organization outside of just giving them money. In order to do that, we're going to continue to need the people's support. Like I said, we haven't gotten a big grant yet. The casino gave us $1,000 our inaugural year, and that's it. So
yeah, so that is excellent. As far as people helping going forward, how do they stay in touch with you guys?
You can go to ittakes1inc.com. Like Anthony said, it takes one spelled all the way out. It takes one inc spelled all the way out.com. You can go there. You can sign up, receive emails that we get. If you're a college student coming up on your senior year, we also have an internship program like Anthony talked about. And that internship program is not relegated to just one school. So if you go to Coppin, Notre Dame, Morgan, Bowie, wherever you go, you can still sign up for our internship program. Those applications come out later on this year. We'll definitely make a big post so everyone can know about it as well. And that's kind of what Anthony was talking about a second ago, where he was saying we don't want to just get stuck or kind of boggled down to they just give out scholarships. Like we try to enhance the experience for everybody. We try to make sure everybody who touches It Takes One is able to grow and become better as a result of it. So at the college level and at the high school level, It Takes One can do something for you. We're also having another few events coming up this year as well. We're going to have another fundraiser. It's going to be a kickball game. It's going to be our inaugural It Takes One kickball tournament. So definitely get your teams together, get your sneakers together, get ready, because I don't like to lose, and neither does Anthony. So It Takes One. We're trying to take a trophy home this year.
Yeah, we went to Dumbo. We 3 state championships.
Exactly.
We don't lose.
PPO3. You know what I mean?
We don't lose.
But we're also going to have another event as well later on this year, partnering with another amazing organization where we're going to be putting on a professionalism workshop for our young adults, going from teens all the way up to early 20s or what have you. And we're mainly going to be focusing on a lot of those soft skills that people sometimes take for granted. How to give your elevator speech, how to actually present yourself for the interview, how to make sure you speak correctly, how to do all of those things that a professional adult's going to have to do in the workforce. Try to make sure we're instilling some of those values into those children. That event's going to be free of charge. Location is to be determined for that one. But yeah, we're going to post everything once we get the date for that next event out for you guys as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. You guys seem very competitive.
Very.
NFL, y'all watch?
Oh yeah, diehard Ravens fan.
You a Ravens fan?
Ravens
You
fan.
got to be a home
Okay,
team.
good.
Diehard
Okay.
Ravens
All
fan.
right, NBA?
I don't really have. I root for Baltimore guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have a team.
I try to keep it as home team as I can,
Yeah.
when it comes to it. Like, Baltimore got a special place in our heart.
Yeah. I like Russell Westbrook though. I'm a Russ
Okay.
fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big LeBron fan. I ain't got nothing
LeBron's
to
the
say about a
best.
family man will take care of his business, and
Why do people give him such a hard time?
I think he's one of those guys that, like, they're mad because they don't have a reason to hate him. I think he's one of those guys that, like, he does nothing wrong, and like you just like, okay, why am I mad at him? Like, why do I hate? Like, you just try to find a reason. And like, in my opinion, like, there's nothing bad to say about this guy.
Yeah,
He's very
I
socially active. He started a new school in his hometown. He's married to his high school sweetheart. Takes care of his, like, he's doing everything you want the ideal spokesperson for any organization to do.
Yes. He's what you call a role model.
Exactly.
I also think the media, in the league has their thing with him because of the moves that he's starting to make. In terms of going wherever he want to go to play. Attracting other players to come play with him, and then setting up his business. It's more than basketball for him. He's mixed into a lot of different. He's an entrepreneur in the best sense, and sometimes he gets a.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Sometimes he get a bad rap for that because it's like you're supposed to be all the way committed to the sport, but why the sport not all the way committed to you? Those owners are not all the way committed to you. And when we talk about as a community, as our people, what we need businessmen. We need people who have who can dominate an industry. You feel what I'm saying? And have real power and real equity at the highest level. So I applaud that man 100% for everything that he's doing and still going out there and balling 27 to 8.
And it kind of reminds me of Magic Johnson also, because if you watch Magic Johnson 30 for 30, like his documentary, he talked a lot about how he was kind of one of those people that was like, wait, why are you getting paid off for using my face and we don't get a dime back off of it? Kind of like about changing some of those things and like, how do I make money beyond basketball? I'm not just going to be a slave on the court. Like, my brand is worth more. My face is worth more. My name is worth a lot more. And also reinvesting a lot of what he's doing back into his, back into the black community and making sure that like he's taking care of home. The same with LeBron is taking care of home. Yeah. You can't hate people like that.
No. And it's like pay me in equity. I don't just want the upfront money. Pay me in equity. I want to own.
Yeah.
Because they quick to do that.
Yeah.
Pay you something quick and then with the long term.
Eat off of you forever.
Yeah.
Eat off of you forever.
Yeah.
That's how Netflix do it. They give you one check for that whatever product you put out, and they just keep it on their platform as long as they can, so they can eat off of it forever.
Beyonce just did something real interesting. Uber paid her like $6 million for an event. She said, "Well, don't give me the $6 million. I want $6 million in shares." Uber just went public. That $6 million is now worth $300 million. So it's like, pay me in equity. I want to own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that comes back right to It Takes One and everything that we trying to build. It's like understanding ownership, understanding business, understanding building a self-sustainable community. And what that looks like, equity.
So, 10 years from now, what's the vision?
10 years from now,
I mean, Tony might have a slightly different. I know we talked like 2 to 3 to 5 years, but 10 years we haven't really had many conversations with. So his answer might be a little different from mine. But what I would like to see happen is for us to have a scholarship program where we can give 5 scholarships a year. And each one of those scholarships could be $5,000 a year. Or maybe we give 3 and they're all worth $7,000 to $10,000. You know what I mean? I also want to see our internship program grow where we have students from Coppin, Morgan, University of Baltimore, or Loyola and Towson, different schools in the area, and they all come together to help us grow the brand. And as they help us grow the brand, we help to grow their personal brands. We want a team, and we want a team that's able to go and do the community work. The way I envision It Takes One working is our college interns impact our high school scholarship potential recipients, right? And then those high school students take it back home to the family, and then that family comes back and contribute. And then we create this circle of life where we all are engaged, and then we all know about college. Now we all know about investment. Now we all know about coming together as a community to solve our problems. So, you know, I want to see It Takes One become a household name in that way from college. I think that for us, you know, the best way to fix Baltimore City is to connect the HBCUs to the community, right? We have so much power and influence at our HBCU level, you know, with the engineering program at Morgan, or the social work program, the nursing program at Coppin, and it goes on, right? But those nurses at Coppin should have some type of community resource set up where they're doing blood pressure screenings and blood sugar screenings in the community. They would be learning their work, right? And the community would be getting a benefit. And then now kids can see that and say, well, I want to go and be a nurse too, right? Or, you know, we have a food desert problem in the city. So it should be, you know, we have agriculture, nutrition students, and engineers that could be building greenhouses and improving the urban farms that we have in the city. And then, you know, we use the nutrition students to teach. And then you take to teach to the community ways to cook that food or whatever we have you. And so now we can connect the students, and now they can grow farms and have actual businesses in the city before they even graduate. But these are just random ideas of how connecting the universities, specifically the HBCUs, to the community creates an immediate community impact, but also helps the college students to learn and you know what to do once they graduate, or have a vision once they graduate. So
100%.
Well, it sounds like Anthony gave out 10, 15, and 20-year plan down the line. But my vision in 10 years is not very far off of what Anthony was talking about. And one of the biggest things that we're going to start getting more into that we're actually going to see this year, one of our past scholarship winners, Khalid Folks, he's a senior at Morehouse. He's
going to be a senior in the fall.
A rising senior at Morehouse, wants to be a doctor, I wish I had his, we still have his essay saved when he won a scholarship, and like, I wish I could, I'll actually read it this weekend. Like, it was very impactful to this day. Like, we still remember it. Like, we want to make sure those relationships continue to where as though you took something, you know, from It Takes One, and essentially you took something from the community, getting our interns more involved, and actually coming back and help raising up the next generation, help bringing the next ones on, helping to be the next face of It Takes One, helping to get a lot more involved. Because like I said earlier, when you asked me what are the requirements to how do you win a scholarship, what's your plan of exactly how you plan to come back and to help the city, and how close are you to achieving what you told us you were going to do to be able to come back and impact the city as well. So helping to grow it and helping to make sure that other people not only see the vision but help to sustain the vision as well that we have.
All right, so again, I definitely want to commend both of you for what you're doing, and then you'll have another partner as well.
We have two.
Tamika Smithson, another amazing, dope black woman. She's actually a DC police officer now. I think she's got a promotion though, so I forget her exact job title, but she's killing the game right now. And I think she's in class actually, so she won't be watching this episode. She'll have to catch it on the back end because she's getting her master's right now. But Tamika's another woman that we graduated with at Dunbar, and she had the same exact vision and dream that we had, so we definitely had to bring her on the team. Also, she helps to keep us in check a lot. Also, because Anthony, myself, and Rashad, we can kind of get a little bullheaded sometimes. So she kind of puts us in line, you know, when we need to every now and again.
Yeah. And then Rashad Staten, you know, he was the youngest person to run for city council in 2016. He works the Baltimore City school system, and is self-proclaimed catalyst of change. He does a lot of different things in the community. So, you know, we have a team of people that's always been here. Rashad is from Perkins Projects. Tamika is from down the hill, Miami Street. So, like, we literally, you know, are from East Baltimore, just like everybody else, you know. And it's like, if we can do it, y'all can do it too. Definitely. You know what I mean? And so that's all we trying to do is hustle and motivate.
All right. So again, how can people get involved? Shout out the website again, email address, and all that.
It Takes One Inc. spelled all the way out. ITTAKESONEINC.com is the website. It Takes One Inc. @gmail.com. Reach us on both of those. You can also get your tickets off of the ItTakesOneInc.com website as well. Our upcoming event Saturday. Sign up on our newsletter. Get all of our events. When we're coming up, follow us on our social media. Subscribe. It Takes One Inc. at everything. Instagram.
Instagram is one though. It takes the number one Inc.
Yeah, it takes the number
Instagram.
one.
Follow us on the gram.
Find us on LinkedIn at It Takes One Inc. Find us on Facebook at It Takes One Inc. We don't have MySpace anymore, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Else, like,
If we did, we'd be on there too.
we have a Black Planet though. It's like
I definitely want y'all to come back anytime that y'all have something going on. So
Most definitely.
that's the when the kickball thing goes,
Yeah.
other events, before you do scholarship, when y'all are taking the essays, all of that, I want y'all to come here whenever y'all got something going on.
Okay. Yeah, we might be sending some interns y'all way too. They do
Yeah,
production
definitely,
and media
definitely.
and all
So
that
we-
kind of
we-
stuff.
We definitely can do something with that. That's definitely good.
Marathon has to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. I really want to help out as much as we can.
We appreciate you.
$1 an hour, whatever you can give. Yeah.
We appreciate you for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. So I want to thank you guys for coming. Did we cover everything we need to cover?
I think so. We got it all.
All right, wonderful. Well, definitely much continued success. I'm really inspired by this conversation, and it makes me say, I need to do more. My daggone self.
And I guess I'll end with that. Like whatever it is, it don't necessarily have to be a nonprofit organization. It don't have to look like what we do, but do something. Believe in it and know that you're gonna fail, right, a bunch of times. But the failures are the lessons, and they necessary. Like Tony said, like Nipsey Hussle said, the marathon has to continue anyway. Just keep pushing forward and striving because we need you. We need everybody. You know.
And to fail is your first attempt at learning, so don't give up on it.
Absolutely. Well said. Of course, this is the RTV radio show. Angie is not here. She is out in the community doing work. But of course, y'all know
please
she
go
is
vote for
running.
Angie.
Huh?
Please go vote.
Yes, I was just going to say that she is running for City Council in District 4. So we want people to visit angiewinder.com. Cast your votes for her. She needs the support. She's going to do big things when she gets into the City Council. So she'll be back here next week and all that. And so we're going to take some pictures and see y'all next week.
Hey.
Drink more waters.